Hi everybody, it's Miss Mills, and we are now working on the comic strip. This is days 3 and 4, and if you wanted to stretch it out into day 5, you could, but I'm only recording for days 3 and 4 today. If you are here, that means that you have completed day 1, and you have completed day 2, which is the planner. So now you are ready for the next part of the mission, which is creating your comic. So we're going to do that today. Remember this is from choice board number 4. It's the create a comic strip choice. You're thinking of an idea for a short adventure story that takes place either at school or at home. Plan your story. We did that yesterday or at day 2. And then write it in 6 boxes. And you're going to create it with pictures and speech bubbles, including this character, setting, problem, and solution. All right, so here's how to make your own comic strip. First, choose your own adventure. So you're going to have to decide how you want to do this. So you may choose to do it paper pencil, or you may choose to go to a website called pixton.com, which kind of helps you generate and has a lot of different options. It helps you generate a comic strip with a lot of other options that you don't have with these slides, or that you can certainly get rather than with just pencil or paper. And then the other option is using the slides that I'm going to show you to make your own. Let's look at the paper pencil option first. So if you wish to do that, you're going to click on this link. It says here, and it's going to take you further down the slide presentation, and we'll give you the directions. So you'll get a blank piece of paper. You'll draw lines on it so that there are 6 boxes, and you can get an adult to help you if you need it. Your first box will be your beginning. Your next 4 boxes will be the middle, and the last box will be the ending. You'll draw your characters in each box as you desire them to be. Use speech bubbles to show when your characters are talking. Be sure to have a clear setting. In other words, I need to make sure that if it's outside in the playground, that we can tell that it's that's what it is. If it's in a city, use a cityscape. If it's in your home, make sure we know it's in your home. Post a picture of your comic strip on the next slide, or send it to your teacher via email or text. Remember, if you upload a picture in the next slide, be sure to turn this in to your Google Classroom. So here's where you would actually upload it into the slideshow so that you could turn it in after you draw it on a piece of paper. If you want to color it, you can. Then you would upload it here. And then I've also included for you the requirements that you need to have in order to get full credit for this assignment. And we'll go over that in a minute. But basically the same as before. 2 characters, a setting, short story, and speech bubbles. All right, now if you're choosing the paper or pencil, you can stop the video now and go to that link and get started right away. If you choose to do the pixton.com, you can click on this link, and it will take you to the slides that give you the directions on how to do the Pixton. All right, so you'll go to pixton.com. You can either click on this link for that, or you can copy paste this address into the Google search bar. Then you're going to click, once it comes up, you'll click for students. You can create a username and password, or if you have a Google email, you can click on that as an option to log you in. But you do have to have some way of logging in. It doesn't sign you up. It doesn't require you to purchase anything, but you will have to create that. Once you do, your screen will look like this. So it's going to have first-time students, complete the activation link, And so they'll have this part filled out for you, and it'll have this box. And inside that box, you'll need to type in those letters exactly as you see in that box. Okay, and then you'll click submit. Then create your comic strip as desired. I think I gave you guys a dinosaur one. I'm not really sure, which won't really fit the topic that we've discussed, but it doesn't matter. You might even be able to change that topic. And then to earn credit, you need to take a picture and send it to your teacher. If there's a way to share it, I'm not aware of it, but if you can do that, you certainly can. Okay. And here, which would be the next slide, is where you would upload the picture of your Pixton comic. And again, I've included the requirements for your reference. All right, so if you're choosing to do Pixton.com, go ahead and stop the video here and get started. For those of you who are going to stick with me during the rest of this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own comic strip on the slides that I've provided. First, we need to look at our brainstorm planner. So this was done yesterday or in day 2 of this assignment, and you were supposed to have come up with several ideas and then chosen one of your ideas. If you need to stop this video, you can, and we'll go back to that brainstorm planner just to review and remember what you had done. But here, what I'm going to have you do is click on the circle and type in your idea so that you have that as your reference, and you can always come back to this slide. Okay, maybe you chose, oops, maybe you chose maybe you chose that one. Well, then you could do that one instead. Okay, so I'm going to back out of all that. But anyway, this is what you can do on this page here, just to kind of update it. You don't have to come up with new ideas. You don't have to type in all of these. I just want to make sure that you know exactly what your topic is going to be, what your setting is going to be, and all of that. Remember, your story adventure will be a story that takes place at home or at school. So that's going to remind you of what your topic will be. Okay, and then how can my mission be successful? So next you'll want to know what is required to be successful in this assignment. How will you get full credit? Well, you'll get full credit by giving at least 2 characters, by having 1 setting, 6 panels or squares, and if you have 5, maybe you're having trouble getting 6, 5 is fine, 6 is fine as well. Panels that tell a story with a beginning, middle, ending, problem, and solution that match the idea from your brainstorm organizer. And it needs to go in sequence, in a sequential order. And then speech bubbles to show dialogue when your characters talk. So these are the slides, this one, and this one, that I provided for you to create your comic strip. And I've provided several of these little icons and pictures that you can drag and drop into your boxes if you wish to. It also says drag these shapes into your comic strip panel. To find more shapes, scroll to the shape, picture, or emoji slides and copy paste them. And when you can find those, if you just keep scrolling, you'll find a whole slide that has a bunch of these, okay? So if you wanted to click on, you have to get out of present mode, of course. But if you wanted to use one of these, you could copy it and then go back to the slide that you want it to be at, and then you could right click and paste and then move it around as you need to. Okay, so you can do that on this icon slide. You could do it on this. In fact, some of these cute little characters here could be used. This could be used as your background. So what you would do is the same thing. You'd click on the character, you'd right click it, copy it. You don't want to, yeah, you want to copy it, and then just paste it. Then you can move her around or him around or whatever, and use those characters as you wish. Now, depending on your story and what your story is supposed to be like, you might not need a man or a woman, so you could delete those if you needed to. Maybe you just want to use this as your main character. Maybe this is going to be the other character that's going to be part of it. The interesting thing is you can label this. Maybe this is going to be your sister, or it could be your brother. You can label it so that the teacher can tell exactly which character is what. Okay. Let's say you wanted to use this as your setting as a house. You can resize it, make it nice and big if you wanted to. And then you could even label that as my house. Or maybe your setting is school, so you would label it as Fraser or label it as school. Okay. So lots of different options. You can drag any of these things in here. Here are your speech bubbles and thought bubbles. So if your character is talking and you want that person to talk, you can take the writing that's in here and highlight and delete it, and then type in what you want your character to say. You can resize these speech bubbles as well if you need it to be longer, wider, or whatever. That's the cool part about all of this. All right, so that's that. And if you needed instead to use a thought bubble, you could do that. So that's what these shapes are here for. But again, if you wanted something else, you can go to the other slides. And these are linked here. So if you want to go to the shape slide, it'll take you to that slide. But if you wanted to go to the picture slide, it will take you to the picture slide. If you would rather use the emoji slide, you can click on the emoji slide. And you can, again, copy paste any of these and use them in any of your panels that you wish to do. So when you are finished with all of these slides, that is when you will submit it into your Google Classroom. So, oops, I don't know what I'm doing here. Pressing the wrong stuff. So when you get finished with all of it and you have it exactly the way that you want it and you're ready for it to be told, then you can share that with your teacher by going into the Google Classroom, clicking View Assignment, and then Turn In, the blue Turn In button. And then that's it. If you have questions, feel free to reach out to your teachers. Again, this part of the assignment where you are creating your comic strip may take a few days, and that's okay. Some people might be able to knock this out in one day. Some people might be able to may have to take 5 or 6 days. Some people can get it in 4 days. Some people can get it in 3 days. It's whatever you wish to do. However much time you wish to put into it is up to you. But take your time, and then when you get stuck, if you get stuck, reach out to a teacher and we'll be glad to help you. I cannot wait to see what kind of cartoonists we have up here in the 3rd grade for Fraser Elementary. It's going to be awesome. I love and miss you all very much. I want you all to have a wonderful day. Stopping by. Bye.